And hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. Alright, so today we will be talking about services. And it might be a little bit difficult to understand why you need it at the moment. But believe me, once you start installing applications, which is the next video, you will kind of start understanding this. Now take note, if you use an Arch-based distro that does not have systemd, or just any system that does not have systemd, some of these commands may not work. So let's get started. Now the first thing you want to do is, or want to know about, is how to start a service. Let's say, for example, I want to start the MySQL service because I have MySQL installed, but I can't use it. So if I go -u netsu-p and I insert my password, it's going to tell me, hey, it can't connect to the local socket. That is because I disabled the service of this program right here because it takes a lot of resources. So way you can enable it again is just saying service, then the service name, in this case MySQL. Some cases MySQL -d, I think, but usually it's just the service name normally, and you can just say start. So service, the service you want, and then start. This will prompt you for your root password because it has to be admin in order to do this. And just wait for it. This service has just started. Now it's going to use more processing power, HTML. Now it's going to use more processing power, but at least the service started and I can now use it. Yeah, it's actually not here. Maybe I should go top and show you now that it's running. Alright, so yeah, it's also not really there. MySQL-d. Here the service is running. I didn't really show you before, but before this would not have run. And yeah, but now I can also go and just say MySQL -u. As you can see, I'm in. So now I just started the service. Now this is not for everything though, only some things has a service to start and stop. For example, the Apache 2 server or the MySQL server, it's server most of the time. So if it has a server, there's a big chance that you usually have the ability to stop or start it. And of course you want to stop a service because let's say it's taking too much resources or you just don't want it to run anymore. Then you can just go service, MySQL, or whatever the services you want to stop, and just say stop. It's going to prompt you for your root password again, and you can just insert it. And once you have inserted it, the service will now be stopped. So if I go top and I say and as you can see, that service is no longer here. So yeah, that's one way you can do that. Now you can also actually go and check how service statuses are by going service and --status-all. Then if you insert that, it's going to give you the status of all the servers on there. So what is running and what is not running. Everything with a plus sign is running at the moment, and everything with the subtract symbol is not running. For example, Playmouth not running, MySQL not running. But if we go here, SBD, that's running. These two are running. Bluetooth is not running. Cron is running. All of those things. So that's one way you can also use services. And here's another little bit of an thanks for watching part. You can go Python, and for usually free should probably also work, -m simple HTTPS server, and then just say 8080, or you can just go 80 because that's the port. Okay, so not Python 3 but Python, and this will basically start a server. So this will put the whole system online. So if we were to open up Google Chrome or any other browser, then we can actually go look at this server. So if we go 192.168.1.134, if I'm correct, and then the port which we called 8080, if we go there, then theoretically we should see our server. As you can see here, they told us like, hey, somebody is visiting us. And here is everything inside of my home directory. Don't believe me? We can go here to Documents, and we can go here to Compress Me. As you can see, here's the previous files from the previous video. And then to close this, I think it's just Control C, and it will see a keyboard interrupt, and it will close the server. So if I refresh, the server will be down. So that's a way you can quickly put up a server using Python. Just as something for you all to maybe know about. But let's continue. Then here we can just go and say, what if we want a process to enable, to enable at startup? So when I start up my system, the process should also start up. So if we go here to service all, and we just go here to MySQL. Now I automatically put this to not start up when my go away, come on, go away. How do I get it to go away? Copy there. Okay. So I automatically tell this not to start up when I start up my PC, because it is really actually resource intensive. So what I can do, if I wanted to start up when my computer starts up, I can just go systemctl enable, and systemctl may not exist on your computer if you do not have systemd installed. And you can just say the process name, in this case MySQL. And this will ask you for your root password. And basically it should enable it to run automatically. I think I should just maybe go sudo. I don't know if update or cd is anything important. And there you go. Now it is going to run every time I start up my computer. Another way you can actually see something is if you want to go, service, and you can select a specific service, for example MySQL, and say status. And this will give you the status of that server. So in this case, it is not active. It is still dead. So yeah. But if I were to enable this, so service MySQL start, and I were to look at the status again, as you can see, it is active or running. So yeah, just something you might want to take note of. So I'm going to stop it again. And if you want to disable something at startup, because when you install MySQL and a lot of other things, it automatically boots up when your PC boots up a lot of times. So one thing you can do is you can go systemctl, and instead of enable, you can say disable. And this will disable it from starting up when your PC starts up. And there you go. Now it won't start up when your computer starts up, which is really, really great. Now you shouldn't disable all the services at startup, because some services, if you don't know what it does, then it's recommended that you just leave it alone. Otherwise, some things might happen. For example, let's just wait for a second. Let's say this, Pro CPS. I don't know what that does. If I disable this at startup, something bad might happen. Same can be said for this right here and this right here. But I know what this is, and I know I installed this myself, and it did not come with the system. So I do not need this to run. So if I wanted to, I can just say disable and say windscribe CLI. And now that won't boot up along with my system. And I know it will not affect my system. So yeah, just be careful here about what you enable and what you disable. Alright, so that is basically all I wanted to talk about. If you want more information about services, you can just go read up about it, and you can learn more about it. One thing I do want you to read up about is cron. It's a way to schedule some services to run. I recommend you just go read up about it. I'm not going to talk about it on the channel, but it's something I feel is really nice to have. It's not really necessary to know about, but if you are interested in scheduling commands to run at specific times, then I would recommend you go read up on cron. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and see you all in the next